Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Good afternoon, good evening. And don't forget our website, philhendrieshow.com, for all of your shopping needs. The Best of the Phil Hendrie Show CDs there. Phil Hendrie Show CD, Best of the Show for $19.99. It's called Communism is Neat. You can get it for $23.50, $3.50 shipping and handling, and the CD's $20. Did you get the CD totals today, Mike? What were they, man? Because I don't think in fact, I know I didn't go to the computer this morning. I left early. It was 121 Gs. Okay, so same as yesterday. It's fine. Oh, you mean we've backed up? One of these days I'm going to come in here and it's down to 110. The last 11 grand they disallowed. It was all funny money. Anyway, $121,500. I want to beg your indulgence this afternoon for the opening segment of our program because every year at this time for the last 3 years now, am reminded of a man who was quite an inspiration to me, and I know to a lot of people. Now, you don't have to be a sports fan, I think, to appreciate the story that I'm going to tell. Those of you who are golf fans probably will know the name and will recall that it was at the Masters tournament in 1997 that we lost one of the greats. Tremendous golfer, a flawed individual for sure in terms of his personal life, but a guy that overcame some of the worst physical handicaps in the world, and I am saying that any human being could possibly endure to become not only a championship golfer, but also a tremendous humanitarian, an individual who devoted an enormous amount of private time to a variety of charities. And the dollars that he made, the money that he made on the golf tour, much of it went to the helping of others less fortunate. And the reason for that would be obvious, because this guy overcame quite a bit in his life. If you don't know the name, Bob Swain passed on at the Masters tournament in 1997. He was 46 years of age. He was born January 5th, 1951. In Columbus, Georgia. He went on to overcome incredible physical handicaps to become one of the great world-class golfers of all time. 3 U.S. Opens, 2 Master Championships. Over the course of a 22-year career, he won 53 tour events, finished second at the British Open 5 times. I know that it was a personal, just kind of a personal mountain that Bob was failed to climb in not winning the British Open, but he was second in that thing 5 different times. He had a tremendous drive, a powerful upper body for what he had to work with, because these tremendous handicaps that he was born with would keep him from really using, I would say, 100% of his body strength. But he had a powerful drive. He could crack the ball probably a good 350 yards. Very delicate touch on the putting green. And yet he wasn't a perfect man. And I mentioned to you that he had some personal problems. When you hear his story, I think you'll be able to understand, and you might be able to forgive him. He had a drinking problem. There was some discussion of domestic abuse in his home, and that is unfortunate. Bob Swain, I think, unlike any other athlete or person, was always trying to make himself better, despite the fact that he was so handicapped in his physical life. He just kept trying harder and harder to climb those mountains. I just wanted to say something about him because he's a hero to me and a personal inspiration to me. And when I think of the Masters tournament, which is, you have to understand, if you're not a golfer, it's okay. It is probably considered one of the top, I'd say one of the top 2 tournaments in the world. What would be the other one, Mike? U.S. Open, British Open? Maybe you put the U.S. Open there with the Masters. And perhaps the Masters is, in and of itself, the greatest features the greatest talent assembled in golf. And how fitting for Bob to, on the Masters weekend in Augusta, in his home state of Georgia, to pass on that weekend, as tragic and as stunning as it was for all of us, as unexpected as it was for all of us. But Bob's life was always a life lived on the edge a little bit. And it was always just a little dangerous watching him operate. He was constantly going for it on the golf course. He was constantly going for it in life. Sometimes his reach didn't quite live up to his intended grasp. But hey, we should all suffer under those kinds of emotional or mental handicaps because, as I said, the physical handicaps that he had to overcome in his life were tremendous. Bob Swain died in the month of April 1997 at the Masters tournament in Augusta, Georgia. I want to tell you about how it all happened for him. And I want to tell you the nature of his handicap, because you can talk about people who have physical limitation. Stephen Hawking, people often speak of him, wheelchair-bound, unbelievable mountain to climb there physically. Helen Keller, who was unable to speak, unable to hear, and yet wrote countless books, was a source of inspiration for many, was actually developed into a great teacher. And on the list goes. I would put Bob in that category with these people. I would put him in the same category with a Helen Keller, with a Stephen Hawking, in terms of what his physical limitation was and what he was able to achieve. The greatness that came. Here's a guy that could hit the ball 350 yards. Now, I want you to keep that in mind when I tell you that Bob was born with an incredible physical handicap. At full maturity, when Bob was 21 years of age and just breaking into the Professional Golfers Association, he was full height 11 inches high. Perfectly proportioned, only 11 inches high. Now, can you imagine if he had the full 6 foot, 5 foot 10, or what you might call normal height? You imagine what he'd be capable of? But at 11 inches, 11 and a half inches high, he hit the ball 350 yards, was fearless around the greens, went for it. At Pebble Beach, people talk about Arnie going for it at Pebble Beach. Swain climbed down the cliffs at Pebble Beach. He had hit a drive. He had hooked it terribly at Pebble Beach, went onto the beach, Mike, down the cliff there at Monterey, and climbed down the cliff the same way Arnie did to hit out of that sand and to get up in two. It took him, because of his height, it took him the better part of the morning to get down the cliff. I think it took him, he got down, he hit the ball at 11 o'clock. I think he finally got down the side of the mountain by 5 p.m., but then he hit up, and it took him 2 days to play that hole because of his height. He hit it into the sand, and then he hit it up. The point being, is what I'm trying to say to you is, he was a guy that had guts, and he had that kind of guts that came from knowing he was limited. And I knew that Bob would often say to friends, if only I was normal size, I'm 11 inches tall, and he drank as a result. And those of you who are familiar with his story, you know that there was a domestic abuse problem back in 1990 when apparently he'd had too much to drink. He had fallen asleep on the couch. His wife had some towels stacked on the couch that apparently she was going to put in a dryer. He had fallen asleep in the folds of a bath towel. She put those into a dryer. And you can imagine this poor man being placed in a dryer in the fold of a bath towel. She turned it on a 50-minute cycle. He was angry. When the dryer finally stopped and she opened the door, I guess you can forgive him his anger. I do not forgive him spousal abuse, and certainly when the police were called, it was a moment that he had to live down. The other moment was the humiliation that other golfers, I think, would heap upon him. The Bob Hope Desert Classic, which is played out in the desert. Bob, again, his drinking problem, not particularly controllable, used to dive off the top of the Marriott Desert Springs into the pool for fun. And this would be after he'd had a couple of cocktails. One afternoon, as Bob was diving off the top, Tom Weisskopf, who was another golfer, put a frying pan out the window. Bob hit the pan, and Tom just turned it upside down and shook it. And into the pool he went unconscious, although they pulled him out. This is the kind of humiliation when you live the life of a Bob Swain, the stuff that happens to you. And so, on that day, on that Sunday, as Bob marched up the 18th fairway at Augusta, with all of that in his past, a little 11-inch high man walking up the grass at Augusta, 2 strokes back, in position to get up and down and possibly watch that tournament fall into his lap. Because if you remember the 97 tournament, Larry Mize was collapsing. Bob was ready. He stood over his ball, was ready to hit up, and I don't know, Mike, if you've got the details on that. It was a cat that was in the it was in the area, a neighborhood cat. Just as Bob was ready to hit, the cat ran off with him. And the last thing people remember was seeing his legs dangling from this cat's mouth as it ran off with him. And that is the last that anybody saw of Bob. Suddenly just got a chill thinking that. Getting ready to hit up and down, get up and down in 2 at the Masters, and a cat runs off with you. And Bob died that day. The cat crushed him. He was gone as quickly as he came here. There is a drawer at the USGA Hall of Fame that has a little statue to Bob in his memory. I suggest when you go to the USGA Hall of Fame, you ask them which desk that drawer's in so you can see his monument. Bob Swain, dead at 46. It's the Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. Previously on the Phil Hendrie Show. Yes, you're on the air, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
First of all, I agree
What
with...
was that guy trying to say?
Never mind.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
I agree
I
with...
think that he was wrong.
With Bob saying
Everything these
that...
guys are talking about is
yes,
wrong.
I understand that.
Every daughter wants to be
But for these
daddy's
guys to
little
say that
girl.
I'm nuts and that I don't understand my psychology, I think that's wrong.
I agree with you.
Excuse me.
I just think that... Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I think every little
You
girl
understand what I'm saying?
wants to be
I understand.
daddy's little
But when
girl.
the guy says to me that I don't know what I'm talking about, I take offense at that.
Well, you need to, but the point being that you have to listen to what people are saying. Go ahead, ma'am.
I think every little girl
That's
wants to be daddy's little girl.
Unbelievable. He'd say that
I
about
agree
me.
with that.
All right? So
And I believe also
I don't
that...
think I want to talk to anybody like that.
Go ahead.
Did you hear my beginning?
Yes, we did, ma'am.
Okay. I also
What are you saying
feel
exactly?
That I
What
also
I'm saying
feel...
is I don't think that anybody is going to believe Patsy Ramsey because I think she's nuts. I think she's the one that's nuts.
I understand that. Boulder Police?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Go on.
I think every little girl competes
Biggest bunch
with...
of crap I ever heard in my life.
All
And
right.
these guys are saying this.
Yes?
I believe every little girl fights for their father's affection.
People are telling the same thing, but the Boulder police don't believe that.
Right, I understand. Are you there, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, go
to you.
ahead. What do you got to say?
First of all, I think that every little girl fights for their father's affection.
Right. Anyway,
okay?
As I was saying, that guy downtown told me and told the police department the same thing.
Did they tell that Steve Thomas guy that?
Yeah.
You there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm trying to talk.
Go on, dear. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I think every little girl, every little girl fights for their father's affection.
Wow.
I agree with that. I agree
you see that thing last night on TV?
What was it?
I agree that there's also jealousy.
You read John Douglas's book, he'll give it to you.
John Douglas wrote Mindhunter 4 years ago. It's got nothing to do with this case.
I think it does. I think the John Douglas case is totally parallel to it. Is that broad still there? You there, ma'am?
Yes, and I'm a lady, not a broad.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I am taking your side in the respect.
I have never done that.
Well, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't do that with your penis, if you don't mind the expression, but I wouldn't.
I appreciate that. Hello?
Yes, I'm trying to talk to you.
Well, we're listening, ma'am. Go ahead.
All right. First of all, I think every little girl fights for their...
I love the way these guys will try to tell you your job, you know?
Nobody's telling you your job. All they're saying is, please be sensible in the conclusions that you draw.
I think I have been. How much longer in this show?
We got another 16 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Is this woman still... Are you there?
Yes, I'm trying to talk to you.
Let's go, baby. Come on, let's go.
Please don't be rude to me.
I'm not being rude. I've been waiting for you to spit it out for 10 minutes here.
Well, you haven't stopped talking for 3 seconds.
Stop talking about what?
First of all, I agree with what you're saying, that every little girl...
Right, I got that part.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Second of all, it was said that the girl was raped.
You going to that party tonight?
I don't think so.
Why not? That's the Clive Davis thing?
Nah, I'm not going to go. My wife's going to go. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm trying to say that I thought that...
25th anniversary deal?
Yeah, it's good. Fantastic.
God. What?
Wasn't this
What?
girl... Wasn't she supposed to be raped?
Yeah, sure, she was raped. So you go to that Clive Davis, right?
Yeah, the Arista party.
Sounds good. Is Santana going to be there?
I have no idea who's going to be there. My wife's going. Go ahead, ma'am.
I want to know who raped the little girl.
Who raped the little girl? I don't know, Santa Claus. So what about Santana is where?
He did the big thing at the Grammys.
He's beautiful. It's fantastic. I love his stuff. But what about that Rod Stewart?
He'll be there, too. Yes, ma'am?
I think this man, he doesn't want to listen.
I'm listening to you. You said the girl was raped, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got that, ma'am. The Boulder police had that 4 years ago. What else do you want?
All right, but who did it if Patsy Ramsey is the killer?
Who did it? Well, then there you go. We've been trying to figure that out for 4... Who did it? Read my book.
No, the point is, she made a really good point. What was it?
That the girl was...
Your wife go by herself?
Raped.
She's taking a limousine. What?
The child was raped.
Taking a limousine?
She's going with 2 other people. That the child was what?
Raped.
I didn't understand her.
The child was raped.
Okay, what case are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Ramsey.
John Bonet.
Oh, the John Bonet Ramsey case.
Oh, all right.
Now, who did the raping?
Huh?
Who did the raping?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose that's up for speculation at this point.
Well, I believe also that the mother had done the killing. But if the mother did the killing, who was there for the raping? It all happened at the same time.
I was on the Atkins last summer. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work for me either. You're right, ma'am. You're right.
Well,
God damn, you're right.
Where's the conclusion?
That's exactly the point that I'm making. Okay, I got to get going, Phil.
Well, it's been good talking to you.
Thank you.
Phil Hendrie. Flashback.
1-800-449-8686. This is The Phil Hendrie Show. Phil Hendrie Show, 1-800-449-8686. And we've got some response and I'm gratified to know that we have some response to my commentary about Bob Swain, the prior Masters champion, who died in 1997. On the line, a couple of calls here, so let's go to them very quickly. Los Angeles, hi, you're on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello, Phil. How you doing?
Good.
I wanted to speak to you about this. You are talking about the Masters tournament, which is important for this.
Do you have your radio turned up?
No, sir. For the Masters tournament for golf, which is a great tournament for the people to watch to follow.
Yes, sir. It's a great tournament for people to watch and to follow.
And because you had spoken of Bob Swain, I was to speak about the Vijay Singh, who is the Masters champion this year, who is from Fiji. He is immigrant champion this year of Masters tournament. And I have a problem with this year's champion because I think he runs the risk of annoying Americans. That
Vijay Singh is the Masters champion this year from Fiji, and I think he's Indian, right, Mike? Of Indian descent?
Yes, sir, but...
and you're saying you think he runs the risk of annoying Americans? Why?
Because he has a smug face. This smug alien face. I am not a xenophobe. I believe this country is for everyone. I believe this country is the best country in the world. This is the place for people to come to see. You know, but...
So what is the problem with Vijay Singh? I mean, he is you got to understand, he's an athlete. And an athlete generally must, especially a championship caliber athlete, must exhibit a confidence.
Right, but for me it's not confidence. For me this alien face is smug. This Indian face is smug. The look of an immigrant who thinks he's got it knocked, you know? That's the part that, Phil, it's pissed me off because...
the look of an alien, or the look of an immigrant who thinks he's got it knocked?
The look, yes. It irritates Americans. It irritates me because Vijay Singh has what can only be described as this smirking countenance. I want to remind all the immigrants, welcome to this country. But don't start to rub our face in the fact that you're here. And
well, it's not, immigrants don't rub our faces in the fact that they're here. Maybe they're just happy.
But this is happiness that is premature because there is a feeling of the country you live in. If you come to this country, you have respect. And
of course.
And you come to this country, you have respect for America. This when you rub our face in it, look at me, I win the Master, you know?
I don't know. I didn't see that. I have to confess I didn't see the whole tournament. I know that Vijay Singh has been on the tour for a long time.
But this Master, and I was watching this on TV, and I'm with wife, and my son is 15, loves the Master, and he says, look at me, I win Master. Like, I am something special, I look in paper Monday, I turn on his ESPN, and there's that same smug face, this half smile, like, look at me, welcome to America, I'm going to rub your face. So I think that
well, I just didn't see that. I didn't.
You didn't see him?
No, I didn't see Vijay Singh saying, I think I'm hot stuff, and I think I'll rub America's face to the fact that I won the match. I don't know.
But this means to a lot of immigrants, if they see this, that they can crawl up my back. These people are so far up my nose, I can feel the boots on my chin. What immigrant should do?
What are you afraid the immigrants are going to do? What are you afraid that the people who have come to this country are going to do?
Still, I want them to have, for me, is just to not think that you're something special. Because you win Master, because you come here, because you buy a house, Beverly Hills, because you come here, you get the big car. If you are only American, if you get the citizenship paper. But to say that this man, the Vijay Singh, he wins the Master, he'll look around like, look at me, my things don't smell. And look at me, I win Master. And for me, it's important for an immigrant to stay humble to this, to stay in their neighborhood as long as you can. Start off with a humble way. You know,
I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't agree with you. Okay, you know, if a guy is happy to win a championship,
believe me, Arafat, because I look at the immigrants. There are 5 ways for an immigrant to come to this country. 6 ways. There are 6 ways for an immigrant to come to this country. Stay in your neighborhood. Don't rub America face in this. Start off in the best way for an immigrant to start off is the restaurant business.
The best way for an immigrant to start off is in the restaurant business.
That's the best way for any immigrant because his hard work is where you're expected to be. It's where the people expect to see you. That way you're not making these people nervous. Drive foreign subcompact car, become Americans, because Americans will see you in one of their own cars and they're not going to like. And
let me ask you a little bit about yourself here, sir. Are you a businessman?
Yes, I am. I have business here in California.
A business in California. What are you upset about Vijay Singh and foreigners in general getting up your nose for?
Because still I believe the most problem among foreign immigrant in America is that the immigrant, the foreigner is very smug, is in their face, is always, look at me, I'm immigrant. Look at me, I'm in America. And
so you're looking for more humility from...
Yes, that's it. Humility from this immigrant. And when I put on the TV, I said, look at that asshole. You know,
okay, you can watch your language a little bit.
But I told my son this. Look at this Vijay Singh. He's walking around like he's something special. It made me mad. You know, he put on a green jacket. It made me mad. You know?
No, I don't get it at all, okay? And you're mentioning 5 different points that, 5 ways. Start off in the restaurant business, drive a foreign or subcompact car.
Yes, because you must have some humility.
But why does a guy have to have so much humility that no matter what anybody says to you, you just smile and nod?
That's the immigrant, yes.
So immigrants should just smile and nod when someone says, like, hey, why don't you drop dead? You just
smile and nod.
Smile and nod. All that does is open them up to more ridicule. And then you want Africans, Arabs, and Asians to learn English quicker than anybody else. Why is that?
Because most Arab language, most African, most Asian is harsh language. It sounds like chattering women. It sounds like women talking.
You know, I got to tell you, you've got all these rules for immigrants, and you have all of these ways that they're supposed to behave, and yet you claim you're not a xenophobe, that you love America.
I love this country. For me, this is the best country. I just don't want to see people come here, all of a sudden they get their money, start to act like they're big stuff, because they don't work. The best way to come to this country is work. And the best way for people to respect is work.
Well, Vijay Singh worked. He went out, he won the Masters, he kicked ass, and that's work, okay? And because he's wearing the green jacket...
I don't mind he wear a green jacket.
Well, then what is your problem? You just don't like the...
I don't like the smug look on his face. Hey, look at me. Look at me, I'm foreign. Look at me. Suddenly they act like they own the place. It just pisses me off, you know.
Well, I think you need to get over it, pal. You know, I think that...
Look, as an American, all of us Americans, we have worked hard for this country. We have busted our ass for this country. We have worked so hard only to have immigrants come and tell us what to do. I'm not going to have immigrants come to tell me what to do. This is my country. Why should I have them tell me?
You sound like a typical xenophobe. You sound like one of these guys that just doesn't want anybody here other than his own race, his own nationality, his own language. Let's put the big brick wall up at the border, whatever. Here's a guy with a problem with Vijay Singh because he's got a smug foreign face and he's going, hey, look at me, I just won the Masters and I come from another country. How many guys from another country have won the Masters? Well, plenty of guys. 1-800-449-8686. 1-800-449-8686. Phil Hendrie Show. 1-800-449-8686. So Vijay Singh is an Indian golfer that won the Masters, and at least one man doesn't like the fact that a foreigner won the Masters, which I think is xenophobic, whether you want to believe it or not, sir. And I think it's bordering on racist. Although
no, it's not right to say that this is racist, because the most important thing for me to say to you is that this man is welcome this country, but he can't get up my back on this,
What are you mad about this guy winning the Masters for? You're not spitting it out.
This man, in this year, for Tiger Woods, is number one golfer.
Tiger Woods was the number one golfer. Vijay Singh's the number one golfer now. The guy won the Masters.
And he's up my nose.
And he's up your nose. Why?
Because, Phil, listen to me. This guy is on the TV. Did you see Master?
Did I see the what?
Did you see Master?
Did I see the Masters?
Yes.
No, I didn't see the Masters. I saw some of the post-tournament coverage. I didn't see the Masters.
He's walking around, look at me. Hey, I won the Master. I won the Master. Hey.
So let him, okay?
It's not. This man comes from another country. And
all right, so in other words, a guy that comes from another country has got to be a little bit more muted, and
yes,
a little more muted and just back off a little bit.
Nobody from the different country, this country, should rub people's face in this. For me,
nobody from another country should rub our faces in what? In their success?
That's right. All is that right. The best Chinese restaurant that I go to is a place that looks like a dump, because he's not going to fix it up. Otherwise, people think that he thinks he's big stuff, And
so the best Chinese restaurant that you go to looks like a dump because this guy doesn't want to make his place look like it's anything special. Well, that's not true for me. The best Chinese restaurant that I go to is over in a Jan's Marketplace in Thousand Oaks and looks fantastic, okay? And
so you don't think he thinks that he's a smart ass?
The guy that owns my Chinese restaurant that I go to thinks he's a smart ass? No.
Hey, come on, eat my food. I'm big stuff, He's wrong for me.
Well, he ain't saying that. He ain't saying, hey, come on, eat my food, I think I'm great. He's just got a nice restaurant where there ain't any freaking cockroaches on the floor, which I frankly appreciate. Los Angeles on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
You have a funny show. I would never expect to hear this. A foreigner complain about another foreigner.
I come from I'm American citizen.
You're an American citizen. You probably own an AM/PM or a 7-Eleven.
Well, what's wrong with him being an American citizen?
I don't doubt him being an American citizen, but I mean,
I don't own AM/PM any more than you screw your sister. So there's certain.
You should have your employees complain. That's how your employees feel about you, you low piece of junk.
What about you racist piece of crap?
You're the racist.
I will meet you any place. I will meet you any place. Kick your ass.
You believe foreigners should not be like that and flaunt? I mean, if he's successful, good for him. Look at you.
Look at me. I'm successful. I'm American citizen.
Be humble somewhere else.
Are you American?
Yes, sir.
And how do we know this?
How do you know this?
Yes.
My English is a lot. About 30, 40, 50
United States of America is all kinds of people.
That's a lot. Watch your language, okay?
I just said.
Watch your language, all right? 1-800-449-8686. I don't even know why I'm entertaining your stupid call about foreigners and about how you don't like the fact that a guy won the Masters tournament who doesn't look like he should win the Masters tournament.
I did not say not win the Masters. I don't want him jumping around with the green jacket going, hey, look at me, look at me.
If he was jumping around with a green jacket and saying, look at me, it was because he was excited about winning the Masters, okay? La Mirada on the Phil Hendrie Show. Hello.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment to this jerk that's on the line. If it would have been a white golfer, you would have been making all this...
I stand up for America.
Hey, why don't you shut up and let me talk to you? Hey, shut up, all right?
Don't tell me to shut up.
No,
you don't tell me to shut up.
You're very disrespectful. You know that? You don't even sound like you're American.
I stand up from America.
What are you, foreigners?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from here, but my parents
You're from here? What do you mean here?
Well, La Mirada here.
You Mexican?
No, I'm not Mexican, all
That's
right?
where people know La Mirada is Mexican.
What? You know, it's not about me, all right? It's about the golfer.
It's not about me. You made it about me.
Well, yeah.
Listen to the guy, okay?
What? You know what? The problem here is that if the guy wasn't if the guy was a white dude, you wouldn't be making a big deal. There's a lot of golfers out there, and the game is turning around, and you don't have to be white to win. And I think that's what you're making a big deal of.
No, I say that he is just rubbing America's face in Masters tournament.
He
not
wasn't-
to have a Masters tournament.
He was not doing that. I saw all the Masters.
Why did he jump around and say, "Look at me, look at me"?
Well, he won
Did
the
he
Masters.
do that?
What do you want him? That's the biggest tournament in golf, you idiot. Do
I
you
didn't
follow
watch.
golf?
Hold on, I didn't watch the tournament. Did you see the tournament, sir?
Yes, I did.
Did he jump around saying, "Look at me, look at me"?
No, he didn't. He was real gentleman about it.
After a Vijay win Master, he should have gone home in his subcompact car, hid his head in his green jacket, and stay in neighborhood.
What?
Not to rub people's face.
See, you're so stupid. You don't even understand how big the Masters is. The Masters is it's bigger.
I
than,
know a Master is biggest tournament in all of the world.
It's bigger than the Super Bowl. You stupid idiot. I don't know what
Listen,
kind
you
of.
stupid fool. I know about the Masters tournament. I
And
know
it's-
he's just not the man to jump around wearing green jackets saying, "Look at me." He come from Fiji.
First of all, it's not Master. It's Masters with an S. You dummy.
Listen, you stupid ass person. Already.
Okay, yesterday I had a couple of guys that were 17 years old sound like you guys, okay? Now, either you can talk to each other or you can't.
This guy doesn't know about Master Tournament. This guy think that Ben Crenshaw, you remember Ben Crenshaw?
Yeah.
This is a great American.
I've been playing golf for almost 20 years. I started playing golf when I was 7. Don't tell me I don't know anything about golf, you idiot, all right?
Okay, you know Ben Crenshaw?
Yeah, I know who Ben Crenshaw is.
Okay,
He's a good
this
putter.
is a great man,
Yeah,
American.
yeah.
Not the Vijay Singh, jump around and say, "Look at me."
Well,
Ben Crenshaw got on his hands and knees and wept when he won the Masters. If that ain't saying, "Look at me, look at me," I don't know what is.
But that was what that is the respect.
Well, you know what? Even if he did jump around and say, "Look at me, look at me," he has a right to. He won the Masters, you dummy.
If you win Masters, would you jump around?
What?
If you won Masters.
About what?
Would you jump around?
Of course I'd jump around. That's
that's no respect.
Do you know how much money they pay the winner of the Masters? And it's not just the money alone; it's the green jacket.
Why wouldn't a guy want to jump around?
You're going to go to his jacket and jump around like a dumbass if you win great Masters.
See, you know what? You're just showing how stupid and ignorant
No,
you
I
are.
know.
You crazy.
This is for respect.
Well, you're so stupid.
This is for respect.
I don't know what kind
All
of
right,
tournament.
okay, thanks. Whittier on the Phil Hendrie
Phil?
Show. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Yeah, I want to tell this guy what is problem, what are you trying to say?
I say that if you come from other country, you win Master tournament, you should have respect for America, not jump around with your green jacket.
Yeah, he has a respect for America.
Who?
The Vijay Singh?
The Vijay Singh?
Yeah.
Then why is he not in subcompact car?
Whatever he's doing, he deserves. He earned for this. He worked hard for that. What you did, what you earned, what you did in your life.
But
nothing.
I am citizen of America.
Yeah, I'm a citizen.
Of America.
Yeah.
He's not.
So what? There's guys that win the Masters tournament that are from Britain.
But this guy is jumping around.
They all jump around. You're a moron. Thank you,
I mean,
sir.
he's happy. He won something very special.
He jumped around with his face.
Thank you, sir.